you're coming in cold, first pass, boom, it's there, you make the throw. Talk a little bit about what it takes to be prepared enough that you can come in at a moment's notice and go out there and kind of play at the level that you did today.
Honestly, it's just all with our training from practice. I mean, you got to go out there and just play. No matter if you're first, second, third. I mean, it's always next guy up, and you always got to be prepared. It's part of the job, if you say so. I mean, somebody goes down, somebody got to come up. Somebody goes down, somebody come up. So all around, I mean, you just got to be prepared mentally and obviously physically. But other than that, it just comes with it, to be honest.
What was the guidance to you when you took the offense onto the field for that first series? You know, what kind of words of direction were you getting from the coaching staff?
From the coaching staff, just to go out there and do my job. I mean, there's not much you could do out there. You just do your reads, do what you're taught to do at practice, and then everything else is pretty easy after that.
Coach Clark made mention of the fact that you've played a couple of years of college level ball at this point. That was a pretty good zone you were in today. Do you recall a time when you were playing out in California that you kind of got on a roll like you did today?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that almost every game, but definitely like just get in the mind of just doing what I got to do, focus, and just try to do what I can for my team.
As you think about that receiver group that you've got either side, because you guys threw 5 touchdown passes today, every one went to somebody different.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what it means to have those kinds of weapons where everybody is potentially a scorer.
It's a blessing. I mean, we have 6, 7 guys that could go out there and make a play. So, not being limited to one person of like a go-to guy, we got 6, 7 go-to guys. So, it makes it pretty easy on our part.
Ethan Smith, the Appalachian. Joey, obviously the announcement came on Monday that Ryan would be starting. How are you able to kind of just stay focused throughout the week, not knowing whether you get an opportunity to play today?
Just got to stay positive. I mean, Ryan worked hard, obviously earned the spot, so I just got to do better myself and then just be ready when my number's called.
During the game, what were you seeing? It seemed like you were just very, as David Ware said, in the zone. What were you seeing out there?
Seeing my reads, honestly. I mean, I go out there, obviously I got a certain play I'm looking for, my key points on my play to either stay or get off to another read. So, I mean, I'm just out there just reading what I got to read.
Spencer Smith, the Appalachian. With several, really big games coming up, how much of a motivation factor was it trying to earn that starting job for Chapel Hill and ECU? Were you thinking about that playing?
No, I was just out there trying to play. You can't really think about the next game when you're in one, so you just got to finish one on to the next.
More questions? Joey, when you were younger and growing up, learning how to play football and stuff, did you ever envision what your first major college game would be like?
Never. Didn't think so. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't play quarterback. I played tight end, running back, linebacker. So I was trying to be a Troy Polamalu, but that didn't work out for me. So just as I got older, I started to predict and hopefully see myself where I'm at right now.
What was it that brought you to Appalachian State? You're a long way from home.
Yeah. The family culture here, and I like how it's football motivated, and I seen myself here bettering myself as a person and a player. So when I came out here, I knew players around me would be like brothers, coaches are like family, and it's pretty much sold the deal for me.
Mm-hmm. What do you do differently as a person who's preparing it, coming off the bench, as opposed to someone who's starting?
Nothing. I mean, I'm out there just chilling. I go out there, do my job. I do my job. I don't want to stress something that's out of my control. So you just go out there, and if you do a little extra in what you're supposed to do, I mean, you won't do good. But if you go out there and just lay back, I don't really stress too much.
David Rogers, High Country Sports. What did it feel like the atmosphere at Kidder Stadium tonight?
It was unbelievable. I never played in a stadium this big and this sold out before with this many people, so it was awesome to throw my first touchdown pass and just hear everybody scream and stuff like that. It was awesome.
What was your biggest crowd in California?
My biggest crowd. Our bleachers aren't as big, so I'd probably just say like one side of a bleacher filled out. I can't say how many people. Probably like 1,000 or so. Nothing crazy like this.
Well, next week will be fun too. But,
Yeah, definitely.
Hey Joey, Patrick McCormick with Talking Democrat. Can you talk a little bit about how, obviously you were talking about your brothers on the team,
Yeah.
and you were obviously wanting Ryan to succeed,
Definitely.
despite you having this quarterback battle. Can you speak a little bit about what it was like to have to follow that up and come onto the field suddenly like that?
I mean, like I said earlier, you just gotta be prepared. I mean, anything can happen, and obviously that happened, and it sucks, but just mentally got to be prepared and just stay ready. So,
Gotcha. Anything in particular from your JUCO days that you feel like helped you? I know you and I spoke previously about your OC that you
Yeah.
feel like really prepped you for this transfer here.
yeah, my offensive coordinator and my head coach at junior college obviously helped me mentally and physically get ready for the game. They both experienced this high level of play, and my quarterback coach played in the college, played in NFL. He was fresh out of NFL, so learning the terminology that we have here from down there obviously helped me as a player and mentally come up here with the same terminology, just learning what obviously we teach it here.
Having a chance to make a real game-changing play like you did, just what was going through your mind with all of that today?
Yes, sir. Just growing up here in Boone and just always dreaming of playing at App State football. It was just a dream come true, and being out there in front of all these fans, great fans, and just having the opportunity to rise where I can make a play is awesome.
There were some points in the game where you, as a defense, really had to kind of just take charge of things. What happened to make you guys get turnovers and to kind of change the tide of things at a particular point in time in the second half?
Yes, sir. I feel like we started a little slow, but there at halftime we knew we needed to come out and cause a turnover. So I mean, we were telling that at halftime, and then over there on the sidelines, we were like, we got to have a turnover. We got to change the momentum of this game. We got a turnover and got 3 of them, so it was awesome.
Jackson, the pass rush really kind of picked up like mid-third quarter, and the rest of the way obviously was huge on your
Yes, sir.
play.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about that, because last year that was a focal point of
Yes,
the
sir.
defense. There wasn't as much pressure coming in the backfield. With what you saw today, talk a little bit about the difference it makes when you have that going on in front of the secondary.
Yes, sir. As a secondary, I mean, that pass rush, those are guys that are our best friends. Just being able to get after that quarterback and make a quick throw just really helps us out. And I feel like the guys we got, they've really bought in this summer, this spring, and fall camp have been able to make impact, and they came out and did that and got to the quarterback. So.
When you guys are playing an offense like that really spreads you from sideline to sideline, and they're slinging that ball out to the perimeter.
Yeah.
I think the temptation is, everybody charges the ball, or everybody's trying to, get up closer and get in press. And of course, the other side of that is you get up too close and they take you over the top. As Coach Sloan was talking to you guys about what he wanted to see and the scheme that you guys were going to use to defend that perimeter pass, what did he talk about, and what started working later in the game?
Yes, sir. Of course, we wanted to stay on top. We knew there in the first half that they were coming with a lot of screens out there, just hitting them quick, 5 easy yards, and we just knew we had to take that away. So we tightened down a little bit on our coverage, and we were able to make plays. So.
What does it mean to have Brendan Harrington back on the field on
Yes,
that
sir.
defense? I mean, he was around the team all last year, and Brendan's kind of a unique guy. He's a coach
Yes, sir.
who happens to be a player,
Mhm.
frankly.
Yeah.
But having him back on the field and having his voice in that huddle, how did that affect things for you guys today?
Yeah, so me and Brendan came in together 5 years ago, and I mean, me and him been through it all, and just seeing him as the leader that he is and being able to be back with his team, just with the motivation, but also be out there on the field, fly around. It's great to have him back for everybody. So.
Hey Jackson, a lot of casual fans, see FBS versus FCS, and who should agree. And can you talk about the quality of the players that you face on their side of the ball today?
Yeah, so Gardner-Webb is, it's a great team. You can't say FCS, FBS. They came out ready to play. So, we had to match their intensity, and we had to overcome that intensity and really come out and play. So.
Jackson, sorry if I missed this before, but certainly to be elected a captain, you must have the respect of your teammates, and that kind of shows What have you tried to, kind of produce and for this program and the way you kind of go about your business to kind of garner that respect?
Yes, sir. Really just the culture here and buying into the culture, but also always doing the right thing. So I feel like I earn the respect of my teammates, and I appreciate all my teammates. Just being able to lead them on and off the field, just gone a long way. So appreciate everybody.
Midway around the third, things started kind of breaking a little bit for you. You guys started getting more pressure. They were hanging onto the ball a little bit longer. When they're slinging it out of there that quickly, there's not a lot you can do with a pass rush. But when they had to start kind of dropping back in more of a normal pass game, you guys were getting there.
Absolutely.
What did you guys keep doing during the course of the game that you felt like eventually started clicking for you?
Throughout the course of the game, especially second half, when you start to get more fatigued, tired, you're taught to trust your trainer. So that's what you have to do. Trust, do your job, and then the plays will keep coming. The plays will come. Just stay consistent with doing your job.
That pass rush became very important there for a couple of those interceptions that went on.
Yes,
you know, when you guys are able to make that kind of contribution and the guys on the back end are able to make a play, you know, how rewarding is that for you to know, hey, it's kind of like dropping a dime in a basketball game, right?
Absolutely. It felt great today. Running off the field after those the three and outs, running off the field, it felt great. Knowing that the D-line, the DBs, linebackers, everyone working together. And it just felt amazing seeing the smiles on your brother's face again, the interception and stuff like that. Like nothing just goes unnoticed. We all know we working, and everyone plays a part.
When the game was still kind of in the grind mode, you know, they scored to go up 24-21 on you. You guys have kind of got to keep it together. You can't let that drag you down. What was the messaging underneath those tents when the defense was sitting together, Coach Sloan comes in, your position coaches are coming in? What were you guys talking about at that stage?
Absolutely. Throughout the course of the game, we didn't really have to go up to anyone and say like, hey, come on, like I need you. I felt like it was all a mutual feeling that we all know that this game isn't over. We all got something to prove. We all have a job to make sure that it's done, finish this game, come out with the dub. So it wasn't really nothing too much that we had to say to one another. It was just all a mutual feeling. You look at your brother and he knows that, all right, bet, we come in this next series. So
How did it feel taking in your first game at Kid Brewer Stadium?
it felt amazing. Running out, seeing the stadium after going the whole offseason hearing about hype and like just knowing that I was coming into a winning program when I transferred here, and so to come out and see all the fans, all the love, like people standing up on the hill and behind one of the end zones, like that's something I've never seen. So it was just amazing, a great feeling running out for sure throughout the whole game.
What were you seeing out of the Gardner-Webb offense, and did you start noticing things that were making you guys able to get in and break up what they were doing?
Yeah, one thing about Gardner-Webb's offense, we just noticed that, well, we already knew before the game they were going to come out with everything that they had because they wouldn't be able to block us up front. So throughout the game, there was a lot of quick passes. Like I was getting tired quick because it's like, all right, they're going hurry up offense. Boom, they throwing it straight to the sideline. All right, got to pursue to the sideline. So that's one thing. And then as the game went on, we knew once we shut down the tempo, now they're going to have to, sit back, really reevaluate what they're going to do. So as the game went on, we were able to read that better, to read the O-line stances and whether we're going to slide or man protect. Yes, sir.